Envision Tees is an online custom apparel powerhouse. In this episode, we'll see how they use a laser bridge applique technique to produce a high-end looking design that's popular in the retail market. Tom, is this heaven?
No, it's Iowa.
Well, this is another episode of Adventures in Apparel Decorating. I'm in Dubuque, Iowa, and today we're going to learn all about laser bridge applique here at Envision Tees, and it's going to be fantastic. I'm with Tom Rowland, who's the owner of Envision Tees, and also my Shirt Lab partner. So Tom, I'm so happy to be here today.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show, and we're going to learn all about laser bridge technology. So why don't you talk about that? Because I know some people are going, what? What is that?
Yeah, so it's a piece of equipment we invested in a couple years ago. We're able to do lasered applique, tackle twill, reverse applique, all on top of the embroidery machine. So it's a one-step process where you've got the garment loaded on the machines, the laser is on a bridge, so it comes above the machine, does its thing, and really speeds up the process.
And this is technology that you guys can use. It lowers the stitch count, which makes really large images just blow through real fast so you can turn more product in your day, right?
In the case of a full back embroidery, so we could take something that was 200,000 stitches and reduce it to 40 or 50,000 just by replacing all the stitches with a material, whether it's twill material, a sweatshirt material, t-shirt, cotton material. And we use that, and that takes care of the stitches and reduces the stitch count.
And another really cool thing that laser bridge does is it does the embossing burnout stuff. What is that called?
Just laser etching.
Laser etching.
So it etches into the material, it'll etch into cottons, polys, fleeces, and what it does essentially is just singe the top layer of the material, and it creates a tone-on-tone effect.
That's really great. So in the applique, right, you could do some of that inside the material, so you could do a step and repeat logo or a design in the tackle twill or the felt or whatever, and that way you're doing multiple images in the same thing all in one production shot.
Yeah, there's some extra things you can do to make it unique, and so whether you're laser etching the actual garment itself, or you can laser etch onto the felt or the tackle twill material, you can add just another dimension to the design.
So we are the only ones in the area that have a laser bridge, and it's been incredible bringing these designs to people that have never seen anything like this done in the Dubuque area. Has been awesome for business.
When Tom said, hey, we're buying one of these, did you go, what is that?
Actually, no, I didn't know what it was. I thought he was off of his rocker because it was so new at the time when I learned about it that it was like, Are you sure about this? But it's been incredible. It was a great gamble.
So when Tom graduated from college, he wanted to get right into owning his own business. He started with this shirts and ball stars in our basement, sending these orders out right and left for Christmas. And right after Christmas, he said, I'm going to rent a space in Dubuque in February starting. I said, well, why don't you just wait and work with somebody for a while? And he said, nope, I'm doing this. I'm starting my own business, and you're coming along. So that was in February of 2006, and here we are today.
We've been growing at a rate between 20 and 30% every year, landing on the Inc. 5000 list for fastest growing companies in America. And we're in a 35,000 square foot facility now with 6 automatics, 2 manuals, and 44 heads of embroidery. So quite a bit of growth over the last couple of years, and a lot more to come.
Right. And you have bought a couple shops and you consolidate everything, and most of your business is with online stores.
Yes, so the last couple of years we've really been focusing on online stores. And the big thing with that is we want to make it as easy as possible for our customers to order. In the day of Amazon and everything else, they want it at their fingertips. They want to be able to push a couple of buttons and get their order placed. So whether it's a corporate store or team stores, online stores has really been a big driver of ours.
And you have what, like 400 something stores now. I mean, it's ridiculous.
We've got a lot, and we're pushing, you know, that's our main goal and our core focus for every customer that comes in the door.
So Tom, tell us exactly what we're doing today.
We're going to be doing a retail piece for a local brewery, and we're going to be using a JERZEES hooded sweatshirt. We're going to be laser etching a background tone-on-tone onto that, and then we're going to be doing a laser applique on top of that. So, well, the first layer of applique is going to be sweatshirt material, and then on top of that, the second layer is going to be a felt material. And once it's all laser out, it's going to create a real nice piece.
The background part of the design, we decided to laser etch, and then the wording with the tail, we decided to do with like applique fabric. Ended up using sweatshirt material and like a felt material. So you've got a nice mix of textures and fabrics, gives you some different dimension. We have 2 different versions of the hops because sometimes when stuff laser etches, we find more polyester-based fabrics or 100% poly, it etches dark. Right. But when you etch on stuff that's cotton or has a higher cotton content, it etches light. I mean, it's probably not as important with hops, but if you're doing anything that has like an animal or a person, something that has eyes, that tends to be even more important there, because if you invert, you end up with, you know, a zombie cow or a zombie kid.
Nobody wants a zombie cow.
No.
Right. So I'm with Quentin Weideman, and he's the embroidery tech at Envision, and we've done some prep work, and now we're going to be marking the hoodies to be set for the laser bridge.
I usually make 3 points. Then you make sure that they're all centered.
So this takes some time to get it right.
Oh yeah, this takes a few minutes to get a shirt all marked up, and then another couple minutes to hoop it after we etch it.
And this is a necessary step you can't skip.
No, otherwise you'd be putting a logo on a sweatshirt and it'd be all crooked. I like to make a line down the middle, connecting all the points so I know it's all straight. And then the center line, I will make another line going across. This is where the laser lines up, so the laser is a cross. So when I put it in the middle, the lines going out will be flush with this line, and the lines will be flush going with this line. I'm gonna lay it down on the table to etch. I'm gonna lay it down flat. You wanna make sure all of this is flush, the laser's flush with the cross that I've drawn with chalk. So then after we have everything lined up, we're good to go on the laser. So then we're gonna send it. So on this material, when we etch it, one pass really doesn't do it enough justice, so we're going to send it back one more time to really make the image pop. After you etch the design, before you hoop it, you got to do some sorts of backing for it. We do either tearaway or cutaway. For a sweatshirt with this kind of design on it, we're going to do tearaway for it. Then I'm going to use clamps to lock down the hoop. Make sure everything is lined up correctly. And that is it. Gonna take it over the machine. Toss it on. All right, and then line the machine up with that crosshair, and then we're good. I am laying the first layer of fabric on the machine. So you want to make sure it's all nice and flat. First I'm going to trace the image. So it's going to go around the hoop. That way I can make sure that when the machine moves, that none of the fabric gets peeled up when it moves. Otherwise it'll stitch down like double layers. So now I'm going to start the machine. It's going to do this fabric first, then it's going to stop, cut laser, and then we'll put the other fabric on, repeat that process. This logo in particular should take less than 10 minutes to run all 8 of these.
Fun fact, This is a calibration tool that's used when they measure the thickness of the shirt. This allows them to precision calibrate the settings for the machine so the laser only goes down as far as they want so they can precision cut any shape to the exact depth they want. And this is how everything is handled precisely.
I think my favorite thing about Envision is truthfully our community involvement in our town. I mean, it's awesome. We do shirts for a lot of great events, runs, walks, fundraisers. We try to always be a part of the community.
So another niche of ours is 5K runs and running events. And because that's what I love to do on the weekends, so I'm a big runner. So it's really easy for me to get that business because I'm out there supporting them and they want to support me back. It's one thing to go to an event in your community and support something, but even if you go to that event and you kind of just stand in the corner, it's not really being effective. So it's going there, letting your personality come out, meeting people, willing to chip in where you can, and really make an impact with that event in whatever way that you can. So I personally like to do it by dressing up in crazy costumes, and it's fun for me. It makes it memorable. Running a 5K run dressed as Ron Burgundy, rappelling down the side of the tallest building in our city dressed in a gorilla costume, speaking and opening up for Donald Trump when he was in town wearing a American flag suit. That's my way of having fun and kind of just projecting, don't be afraid to get out there, be yourself, have fun, right. And let that attract people.
Tom does a lot of crazy things. The world record, that was incredibly stressful.
Tom is a Guinness Book of World Record holder.
I've always had this idea, I want to break a Guinness World Record. And I came across the world record of wearing the most t-shirts at one time, and it was 245 shirts. And I was like, oh my gosh, this seems insane.
Essentially, our main goal was to do it as fast as possible so his body and his mind didn't realize what was happening. Every time we put a shirt on, somebody would have to reach over his head, pull him down out of his mouth so he could take a breath. We'd put the next one on. And we did it in about an hour and a half, which was another record, but we couldn't take that record. It was so stressful, so scary. It's incredible to have it done, and he's never doing it again.
Right. You won't let him?
No, 100% no. We've got kids now. We can't take a chance.
Yeah.
So we did it here locally and broke the world record with 247 t-shirts. So 2 t-shirts, right. Really stamped our spot locally as the t-shirt leaders and kings here. But then nationally, we were on CNN, Wall Street Journal, People Magazine, you name it. So it got not only national, but worldwide press.
Hey, look at this awesomeness. JERZEES 50/50 hoodie, but we've got the laser etched hops and then this dimensional, get it? Dimensional applique on here that was made by the laser bridge. And what's fascinating about this is that this wasn't a print, it's lasered into the fabric, and then we got 2 layers of applique, and look how tight these corners are. You can't get this, Tom, you can't get this with scissors.
You can't cut it like that.
There's no way. So this is just an awesome example of how the laser bridge can really just kick some butt for you with the design. So Tom, what do you think your client's gonna think about this?
They're gonna absolutely love it. When you elevate your decoration method to something like this, it really increases the value. They get both for the client and then the end user. So these are gonna be flying off the shelf. People are gonna love them.
All right, so it's a wrap. Thank you so much, Tom, for allowing us to come out and meet your family and your team. You guys really rocked it.
Hey, thank you, appreciate it.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Adventures in Apparel Decorating, where you can learn more about shops just like Envision Tees. We'll see you there. Tom, are you sure the airport's this way?